Have a good sleep.
Yo, thank you, Anon, for the $5. Today's just gonna be chill, short, probably watch some videos. I might get on Animal Crossing and like build a path. But yeah, I just wanted to get on and like hang out with you guys. Just for like a little bit. To, I don't know, chill, I guess. Why do I even take him off? I take him off because this is my only hair tie. And if I need to put my hair up, I gotta take him off. I don't have more, so. Yeah. I can't lose it because I already know. I always know where it is. It's right here. This is poverty. Take a good look. Fucking hell. No, it's just like it's not that I can't afford another hair tie. It's just that like I haven't gotten another one. I just realized I didn't put on eyeliner. I thought I was gonna do it. Do you guys want to watch me put on eyeliner? Okay, it's probably gonna look like shit. So, I have this big mirror. And it has a light on it. But I don't use the light most of the time. Why don't you buy hair ties? You find them and keep them. I don't usually use regular hair ties. I use these like scrunchies, but I don't know. I don't really use hair ties that often, honestly. I have this cup. it's a plastic cup, and I have a bunch of makeup brushes and eyeliners in them. I store them upside down because I heard that they don't dry out if you store them upside down. So that's why I put them in this cup. But all of these are dried out, and I don't really know why. I guess it must have been before I did that. Right. So this is gonna be kind of awkward because I already put on mascara, and I don't usually put on mascara before I put on my eyeliner, so let me see. Let's put on some jams. We need, you know what, dude? We need some jammers. Okay, so how I start, right? This is Galactic Precise Eyeliner in black. I got this from a subscription box that I subscribe to called Ipsy, and they gave me an eyeliner. So what I do, this is awkward. So what I do is I just draw like a line out like that I want the wing to be, I guess. Just kind of out, following the shape of my eye. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. Sometimes I'm gonna have to take a Q-tip. Just rub that shit. So here's the process. There's that. Look at that. A line. Pog. Do we wanna get fancy? I've never actually done anything other than this. Okay, now here's where hours and hours of YouTube videos and countless practice hours of doing this is the connection. So this is the most important part. This is where you take the line and you connect it over your entire eye. This can make or break the look you're doing for it. Okay, this can make or break it. This is literally the time, and this is endgame. Where are all the hammers? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come from this line, and we're just gonna connect it and draw over the top of my eye. Let's see how it works. That looks kind of scuffed right now. It's especially hard because my eyelashes have mascara on them. So now you fill it in. This also is kind of drying out.
If you haven't gotten a Valorant key, it's because you're ugly. Never forget that.
What? Fucking hell, Oath. Did you get a Valorant key? How could you? Oh my god, it's because he's literally a god amongst men. This is literally drying out, dude. It's not though. Oh my god, it's just my fucking eye is drying out. He called me instantly after? That's cute. Soldier boy, hey, I got this new dance for y'all called Soldier Boy. Okay, well, the song. Oath, congratulations, dude. Now you can play the game for like 5 whole minutes and rage quit and never play again. She doesn't do major credit cards. I doubt she does receipts. It's all not quite legitimate. And what a scummy man. Just give him half a chance. Is this coming together now? Can see it in his eyes, yeah, that he's got a driving ban amongst some other offences. And I've seen him with girls of the night, and he told Roxanne to put on her red light. They're all infected, but he'll be alright, cause he's a scumbag, don't you know? This is kind of thick. I said he's a scumbag, don't you know? And then, when we fuck up, we get Q-tips. I have one. Oh, okay. This is why we have a box. So I just lick the Q-tip and fuck it up. Does this look good? Any adjustments I choose to make, I can clearly fuck up everything about it. What do you guys think? Okay, so now the other side will not look the same. That's just the guarantee of life here. Let's try. It looks good. Nanner, I could spread hot trash all over my face, and you would say I look great. You're like that supportive mom. Like, baby, you look good. Dude, anything you wear, you pull it off, girl. That's like Nanner. This is already going bad. This is not a good look for me, dude. Dude, this is fucking dry. I'm doing it. Ah, my eye's burning. As you can see, this is completely different from this eye. It's fucked up. These are not the same at all. These look like shit.
When you say hair scrunchies, what do you mean? Like just regular black ones?
So, scrunchies are like, hair ties are kind of like just slightly thicker rubber bands, and they're like a clothy material. Scrunchies are, like, they look like, flowers. I don't fucking know what you want to call them. They're different. Hair bands, just literally look up a picture of a scrunchie, and like, it'll tell you. Like, scrunchies are those things that like cheerleaders wear in their ponytails. You know what I mean? Dude, sometimes you might get Q-tip fabric in your tongue. And that's just how it works, dude. That's just how life has to be. Oh my god, this is looking awful. I promise, guys, at the end of this, it will look mediocre at best. Yo, play me some Real Big Fish, boys. Was this one good? Okay, let's check it. Why? Dumb, why? Dude, like... Dude, you're the kind of person, I literally tell you, I have a phobia of frogs, okay? If I tell you, dude, I have a phobia of amphibians, and you immediately start croaking at me, and think it's hilarious, dude. I told you I don't want to listen to that song!
Keep pressing rewind. but I'm getting older. Tried every door, don't know who I'm looking for. And I've made up my mind over and over.
Why does this look like shit?
Everything you want me to be, I can't be. Everything you want me to be, finally. I can see the light through the leaves, but it's all gone. But it's all gone. What comes from the ground now is returning.
What the hell is this music?
It's all the same sound, and my ears are burning. In some strange home, don't know who I'm working for. I've made up my mind over and over. I can't be
Okay, we're done.
everything you want me to be. I can't be
What do you think?
everything you want.
I have like, oh my god, hold on.
I can see the light through the leaves, but it's all gone.
I'm just trying to see what's on her stream deck in the back of her mirror. Oh my, imagine if I just had like a huge fucking dildo like right here. That'd be sick. That'd be pretty fun.
Everything you want me to be,
Literally can't see my second monitor. Alright, what do you guys think?
everything you want me to be.
Looks like shit.
I can see the light through the
I already see problems.
but it's all gone. But it's all gone.
All right, gentlemen, I want you to repeat after me, just how I do it. Ready? Your turn. Very good. Go ahead now. Good golly.
One side will always just be thicker and longer than the other. I'm sure you guys can understand. And now I just have this eyeliner on my fucking hand.
Good golly. Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Mr. Charlie Puth on keys. Yeah!
How long did that take? How long did that take? I don't like it, dude. "15 minutes?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was very good. We're gonna do the whole
Storm, you look so good, you could be a Valorant character. Pog. Dude, I think I look worse than I did before. Eyeliner's so tricky. Storm, you're pretty enough to be a waitress. Dom, you're pretty enough to be a mascot. When attractive people complain they aren't pretty enough. Oh, you literally just said if you haven't gotten a Valorant key, it's because you're ugly. Never forget that. So what am I supposed to do with that information? Hello, Monsieur Juicy Caboose. CS copied some Overwatch heroes and their graphics tuned down the color saturation. You know what? That'd be lit. I don't make the rules. Dom has the face for a radio. Yeah, Dom, why don't you make your own podcast? I'm sure you'd look great on it. Bro, you guys remember those Charisma on Command videos? There's one that's called Why Mark Zuckerberg Seems Evil. And I wanted to watch that with you guys. I thought that'd be a really nice awakening. I don't know why my eye looks so fucking awkward right here. And only there. Stormy, what we call a closed casket kind of funeral. Fuck the Zuck. I want to watch that. Also, oh, thanks for the 22 months, dude. Appreciate it. Not 2 years, so that sucks. Hold up. How'd you get this open on Firefox? Hold on. I will. How are
Mark
you?
Zuckerberg is having a
Hi everybody. I know we started off kind of rough. I know this has been kind of a weird one. How are you guys today? How's everybody? Oh, my cam's gone. How's everybody doing? How's everybody on this fine Thursday night? There I am. It's the Zuck.
Mark Zuckerberg is having a rough time. Not only does he have to deal with congressional hearings, but it seems like a good portion of the internet hates him, or at least doubts his humanity. And it isn't because of the Cambridge Analytica scandal, it's because of the way that he presents himself. So in this video, I'm going to show you the kind of sad reason why some people are just harder to trust than others, and it's easier to write them off as potentially evil. And it's why negative reputations just seem to stick to them no matter what they do. I'm also going to help you find out if you are losing trust without even realizing it, plus teach you what to do to get it back. So first off, as a principle, we humans like and trust people who show us that they have nothing to hide. And this isn't just metaphorical. Seeing the inside of someone's hands, seeing their palms, tends to put people at ease. The handshake actually originated as a way to show that neither person was carrying a weapon. But Zuckerberg almost never shows us his palms when he speaks, which winds up feeling unsettling.
First,
Oh yeah,
let me say
dude.
this.
I want my palms.
I care
I want
deeply
every
about the
person I
democratic
speak to
process
to
and
show their
protecting its
palms
integrity.
to me, just so
Facebook's
I know that
mission
they're
is
not a
all
threat.
about giving people a voice and bringing people closer together.
That's such
Those
a
are democratic
dude. That
values,
seems
and we're
almost like
proud
a
of them.
nitpick.
And it's
you know
not
what I
just
mean?
in his hands that Zuckerberg appears
Like,
to
dude,
be
his
holding back.
his
In fact, one of
palms
his
are
most
inward,
memeable
so he's not
traits is
trustworthy.
his smile, which often seems to end pretty abruptly. This further disintegrates any trust that might have been built because the speed with which his smile ends implies that it must be fake. After all, most people are incapable of going from really smiling to neutral so fast. So we subconsciously assume that the smile must have been
Actually
manipulation.
true.
Similarly, when Zuckerberg makes mistakes while speaking, he tries to cover them up really quickly. He's nervous and he doesn't want the audience to spend time focusing on anything that's going to make them laugh at him. But his inability to just let a joke have its moment digs him in an even deeper hole. So just watch this clip for an example of that.
try not to let stuff bother you as much as possible, but it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human, still. But I was just referring to myself in the past. Not that I was not human.
If you're wondering how to handle embarrassing situations in a more charismatic way, watch how Chris Evans handles it in this next clip. He gives the joke that was played on him time to actually play out. He laughs at himself, and he even asks to play the clip of the joke back so that he can laugh again.
When I was human, dude.
Yeah. Can we play it back?
We got him.
I really want to see that.
Almost every example that you'll see of people calling Zuckerberg robotic, including some of the ones we just watched, fall into the category of him behaving in an incongruent manner, which I believe is his biggest charisma issue. In short, congruency is when what you're saying and how you're saying it match. When they don't, it's incongruent. So for a perfect example of incongruence, there's an old Seinfeld joke about a woman who does this whenever she hears a funny joke.
It shows at least he's making an effort.
That's funny.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That is textbook incongruence. What she is saying doesn't match her facial expressions. Here's Will Smith, on the other hand, showing what congruence looks like. The eyes, the smile, the tonality, and the words all indicating that he does, in fact, enjoy being famous.
Will Smith was
now, you know what? Because I've met a lot of people where fame can be a burden, and I just love it, man. Like I really do. You know, you just go, you be pointing at people, and
This is where Zuckerberg runs into trouble. Just listen to him talk about Facebook's mission in this next clip. This is an area where you'd expect some passion, maybe some variation in vocal tonality, but this is what you get instead.
Senator, yes, there will always be a version of Facebook that is free. It is our mission to try to help connect everyone around the world and to bring the world closer together. In order to do that, we believe that we need to offer a service that everyone can afford, and we're committed to doing that.
That is not at all congruent. And
dude, it sounds like fucking
contradict one another.
The mothership has a bug in his ear and is telling him what to say.
We wind up wondering what Facebook's mission really is, perhaps something more nefarious. And you see another example of this incongruence in the next clip. Zuckerberg here is talking about his favorite Instagram filter, but he doesn't seem particularly enthusiastic, judging by his monotone voice.
New face filters on Instagram today. This is my favorite one so far. Nice job, team.
In addition, Zuckerberg's smile often lacks congruence within itself, since it doesn't often activate the muscles around his eyes that would signify a genuine smile. And of course, you have the fast disappearing smile that we saw earlier. In this case, I grabbed a clip of Colbert, also at a Senate hearing, just so that you can compare how even when Colbert's more natural smile fades, it remains in his eyes. You see something similar when Zuckerberg is puzzled. He says that he's not sure what a question means, but he doesn't signal any confusion by furrowing his eyebrows or moving
he
his head around.
literally looks like a fucking alien. Look at this, dude. He doesn't have eyebrows. His movement, dude. It's like, that does not compute. Beep boop bop boop. Jesus Christ.
Wondering if he's just avoiding the question by a diversion.
No, are you willing to change your business model in the interest of protecting individual privacy?
Congresswoman, I'm not sure what that means.
This is why people jokingly but seriously sometimes think that Zuckerberg is
I've not
evil.
seen enough movement.
Low congruency equals low trust. And when you can't trust someone, you're likely to infer malicious intent when there might really just have been a mistake of oversight, like could be the case with this whole Cambridge Analytica
I've
thing.
never seen
You're also
that
likely
before.
to
That's
discount
actually
positive
scary.
stories that are associated with that person, like the fact that Zuckerberg has pledged 99% of his Facebook shares to charity, and how he's already donated billions to help cure diseases around the world.
Okay, Zuck.
You're likely to think fondly of the charming Warren Buffett driving modest cars, but ignore the fact that Zuckerberg does the same. And you're likely to forgive and forget the real-life monopolistic practices from the endearing Bill Gates, but assume that Zuckerberg must want to conquer the world as part of his own evil scheme.
Wow.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Zuckerberg is a good or a bad person, or that you should or shouldn't trust him. My point in a nutshell is that if you lack congruence, the bad sticks to you much more than it would to someone else. And if you have high congruence and high charisma, people will assume the best about you. It's not fair, it's just the way that humans are wired.
True.
My guess is that Zuckerberg has low congruence not because he is lying, which is what it sometimes feels like, but because he is in the habit of not expressing himself. And this actually isn't that uncommon in people who grew up nerdy or shy. Sometimes they learned that it was better to just stay in their heads and not express themselves physically so that they wouldn't be noticed. So, like Zuckerberg, these people tend to not modulate their voices or furrow their brows or speak with their hands, laugh uncontrollably, or even walk with motion in their arms. Now, most of us are not this bad, but we probably have occasions where we get nervous and maybe stop expressing ourselves as much, which means that we can come across as weird when we're really just nervous or anxious. And the solution in almost every case is to get out of your head and into your body. So if you feel it happen when you're out at a bar, get on the dance floor for a few minutes and just shake things out. Or if you're at a networking event and you can't do that, take a quick lap around, let your arms sway, and you can even give yourself a quick stretch as you walk. This might seem weird, but as a society, we are so stuck in our heads that we oftentimes need something weird to break us out. And when you are more comfortable expressing your body, you find that your emotions flow much more freely and that your expressions match your words more easily. You become more congruent. That means that you wind up speaking like this.
Able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
As opposed to this.
Senator, yes, there will always be a version of Facebook that is free. It is our mission to try to help connect everyone around the world and to bring the world closer together. In order to do that, we believe that we need to offer a service that everyone can afford, and we're committed to doing that.
One quick announcement, we at Charisma on Command are hiring, and we're actually looking for someone with internet marketing experience at a 7 or 8 figure company. And even if they have a job right now, we would still love to hear from them because this is a super cool position and you just might want to join even if you already have a job. So all the details are going to be in a link in the description, but even if that doesn't sound like you, if you wind up referring the applicant that we hire and that person stays for 6 months, we're going to give you $5,000 for helping with such an important hire. So if you're interested, just go ahead and take a look to see if this is you or someone that you know. Also, if you want to check out our course on first impressions, it goes far beyond how to not be awkward and into how to actually be charismatic every single time. The link is in the description. You can just join, throw your name on the email list, check out that video after, and purchase the...
Okay. You can't duck the Zuck.
Sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.
Well, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Oh god.
Senator, we run ads.
I see.
Oh god. I have
Whenever a
hiccups.
controversy like this arises,
your user agreement sucks. You can spot me 75 IQ points. If I can figure it out, you can figure it out. The purpose of that user agreement is because it's Facebook's rear end. It's not to inform your users about their rights.
Momo, come back. Hold on. You're stupid. The stupid bitch. I don't know what he wants. Bless you. This is the Pokemon theme song, isn't it? Shut up! No! Momo doesn't like being used for content? That's his only fucking purpose on this earth. I want to watch that one. I wonder, is this the, what's the most recent one they came out with? Okay guys, which one? So, how to be the funniest person in the room, 4 easy ways to look confident, terrible dating mistakes movies make you push, or 3 steps to go from shy to confident. Chat, this is for you guys to learn. Something we can realistically apply. Dude, how to be the funniest person in the room.
Dave Chappelle
Dave Chappelle, poggers. Alright. How to be the funniest person in the room.
Maybe the funniest man alive.
I'm Rick James. Enjoy yourself.
With 3 consecutive Grammys to his name, it is safe to say that Chappelle's humor works. If not for literally everyone, then at least for the vast majority of people. So in this video, we're going to explore what we can learn from Dave's admittedly difficult to imitate style. And even though getting to Dave's level might be impossible, there are 5 core building blocks that anyone can use to immediately become much funnier. One note, we are of course covering Dave Chappelle. Some people will find his jokes offensive. I'm going to bleep some of the profanity, but
wait, why would you
warned.
leave?
So, to our first point. Dave regularly plays several different characters. Some of these he's made famous on The Chappelle Show.
Game. Blouses. Dylan, 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 and Dylan. Because I spit hot fire. Peanut butter and crack.
But even without the benefit of a full costume, you see Chappelle adopt different characters as he tells stories in his stand-up routines. Here he is talking about meeting Kevin Hart.
Dude, I've only seen him in his stand-up routines. I've never seen him do like a character.
An adorable nerd.
What's up, Dave? Come on back. I was just about to have dinner. I don't know if you guys ate, but you're welcome to join me if you like. And then my son pushed past me some cold shit. He goes, actually, Mr. Hart, we haven't eaten in several hours.
Now, we have covered this before, but it bears repeating. When you're telling stories, adopting the tone and mannerisms of a character maximizes the value of your punchlines, and it even makes the setup funny.
You've never watched the Dave Chappelle show? No, I've never seen his show.
It's an easy principle to adopt, and most
I've only seen
comedians
the
take advantage of
Netflix
it.
specials.
Girls get drunk, man, and they don't even know what they're talking about. They think they do. Hey, guess what? You didn't even know, you know what it isn't?
Now, you know when you get smacked when you're a kid, you get hyped. When you get by yourself, you gonna smack me, bitch? In front of my friends! You gonna smack me in front of my friends!
You're telling me someone who never hit a woman is gonna come walking in, read that joke, you know, just be like, wait a minute.
Wait, what? High respect.
So obviously this is something you're going to want to do when you're telling a joke or just trying to be funny. But it's not only when he's playing a comedic character that Dave's tone changes. Part of the reason that his normal speaking and storytelling is so captivating is that he doesn't speak in monotone. You can hear him emphasize different words and add different tones when he's speaking just as himself.
Hello, thanks for streaming. You look beautiful today. Thanks, Mr. Lavos.
Is an
you look
incredibly
beautiful today.
American genre. I don't think any other country could produce this many comedians. And unbeknownst to many people in this audience, so tonight, I am honored that my colleagues are here in comedy and in music.
But for us, we were trained to care. We were raised that way.
Again, this point may seem obvious, but if you've listened to a recording of yourself, chances are you don't have nearly the same dynamics as Dave. Your tone doesn't change, and neither does the cadence or volume with which you speak.
Do
So
people
one piece of
unironically
advice
watch
to
this channel to
immediately
learn how to be
improve any
sociable?
story that you're telling, especially if it's humorous, is to speak as if you were reading a book to a 5-year-old. Get into it, let yourself commit, and be silly.
I don't know.
Most people
Probably.
overestimate how dynamic they sound, so this
I think
simple
I
adjustment
think these videos
often
can help people.
will push you in the direction of more engaging storytelling, which is critical if you're going to get anyone to laugh. Now, our third point is something every comedian wants and that Dave has perfected over the course of his career. Timing. For instance, here's Dave talking about meeting O.J. Simpson. Now, these aren't necessarily huge laughs from the audience, but notice how Dave gets them without even having to tell a joke.
And then, through all the gawkers, a familiar face pushed through the crowd. Here he was again. The juice.
The juice.
Imagine those simple lines read aloud by most people, someone without good timing. There would be
These are
no
entertaining,
room
but just
for
realizing this
laugh.
whole thing is being pitched as like advice instead of a breakdown. Well, yeah, these videos are meant to like also they're meant to give advice but also be entertaining. And I think these videos actually do give pretty good advice in retrospect from any other videos that could possibly teach you like social norms or just sociable tactics in general. I think these videos actually can help people. And I think you can notice that a lot of things when they're broken down like this, it sounds kind of like common sense, like duh, like this wouldn't really apply to a real life scenario because you just sound like robotic, like you're reading from a textbook. You know what I mean? But if you think about it, the social norms that you've grown up with your entire life, you do apply these tactics. You just don't realize it because you've literally learned from a young age what to do. But you don't realize that you're actually following the textbook. Just you've learned to perfect it over time. Know what I mean?
But the pregnant pause plus Dave's tones creates that humor, and there's no punchline necessary. Similarly, you have this iconic moment that may only make sense if you've seen Sticks and Stones. And in this clip, you can notice how the silence at the moment of maximum tension drives home the punchline.
Don't ever forget what happened to that French actor. You know what I'm talking about? Juicy Smouillet. He's a very famous French actor.
He's talking about Jussie Smollett for those of you who haven't seen the special. Now, comedic timing is a complicated beast, and it's interwoven with tone as well as body language. Breaking down every application would be impossibly complex. But one simple element of timing that anyone can use to immediately punch up their humor is to leave more space than you're used to in front of the punchline. Most people rush what should be the moment of maximum tension and the highest mystery, essentially neutering it. So adding a bit of extra silence usually makes the delivery hit that much harder. For example, the context of this next joke is about when Dave was an elementary school student watching the Challenger explosion on live television as a schoolboy.
Right on television, everybody on board, dead, immediately presumed dead. It was so bad the teacher looked at all the kids and was like, you can go home.
Now, this principle of adding silence to create tension will absolutely enhance your jokes, but it can also enhance every aspect of your speaking.
I'm genuinely curious, guys. I'm asking out of genuine curiosity. Can anyone give me an actually funny girl comedian? I'm not saying they're not funny, but just the ones that I've seen are just not funny. So if anyone has the secret girl comedian that they know is funny, please, I would love to know. Ali Wong? Okay. Good one. All right. Mrs. Pat? Joan Rivers? Hi, Watt. What's up? Also, hi, Riffy. Ali Wong, Mrs. Pat. I don't think... wait, Joan Rivers? Isn't Joan Rivers that super old person? The super old lady?
Allow
on, like,
yourself to
E
slow
fucking entertainment?
down at the moment of maximum mystery. This requires you to be strong at commanding attention, something that we cover in the Kevin Hart video that I'm going to link below. But you can see a normal application here as Dave builds mystery and takes a brief pause during his acceptance speech for the Mark Twain Award.
Raised me and raised me well. We had a real oral tradition in our house. I knew the word griot when I was a little boy. A griot was a person in Africa who's charged with keeping the stories of the village. Everyone would tell a griot the stories and they would remember them all so that they could tell future generations.
Now, like Dave, you can take these building blocks, character, tone, pregnant pauses, and do a lot with them.
Holy
and that takes
shit,
us to our
the gut.
fourth point, and probably the most common joke type that I see from Dave Chappelle, the fake out. It's when he uses his tone to create the expectation of one punchline and then hits you with a completely different one. For example, in this next video, Dave is talking about the tragedies of gun violence in America and how it needs to stop. Watch your own expectations to see how you think he's going to end things compared with how he does.
And you know what we have to do. This is a fucking election year. We got to be serious.
What's up, Flaming?
Every able-bodied African American must register for a legal firearm.
That is the comedic fake out. His tone and language took us down one path. He pauses at the moment of maximum tension and then
Flaming
goes the
Delta
other way.
11. How's
Here
it
it is
going, my
again
dude?
as Dave leads us to
We're
believe
learning
that
how to
he's
be human.
defending his reputation as a sober professional on stage.
It's on TMZ, the big headline, Dave Chappelle, drunk on stage in Detroit. Well, if you saw it, I wasn't drunk. I had smoked some reefer with some rappers.
And here's one more example for good measure.
I live in Ohio, and anyone that knows anything about Ohio knows that even the word Ohio is an old Native American word. It means literally land of poor white people.
Now, in labeling these jokes as fake outs prior to you actually hearing them, I may have killed the humor. But if you've watched the specials, you know these are genuinely surprising and laugh out loud funny moments. So learn to do the same. Use your tone to set people up in one direction, pause briefly.
Okay, here's how to be funny, guys. Tone, timing, suspense,
and then go the
pregnant
other way.
pause,
it's a comedic staple and one that you
and
can use
the
in just about
turnaround.
every situation. And perhaps the best fake out that you can use in your normal
Did,
life
have you
is
guys
to
ever seen that show Last Comedic Standing? Last Comedy Standing or some shit like that? You guys ever seen that show? I don't think there's any runs anymore. Last Comic Standing. Yeah. I will buy you comedy night so you can watch you put your new skills to work.
leading
Bro,
with
I'm
a serious and
paying
literal tone
attention.
to an obviously silly and false punchline.
What
like
did you
here.
say?
And for
Sorry, what did
context,
you
Dave is
ask? I didn't-
defending
I just
the
asked
art
how
of
you doing,
stand-up
my dude.
comedy from cancel culture, something that we assume he cares deeply and seriously about.
It's so true about this genre, when done correctly, that I will fight anybody that gets a true practitioner of this art form's way, because I know you're wrong. This is the truth, and you are obstructing it. And what I really wanted to say tonight, and I'm glad I get the platform to do it, I'm gay.
Obviously, in most conversations, you're not going to go this far, but consider the literal to comedic fake out as
I'm
something that
gay.
you can just use more often in normal conversation. For instance, if you're meeting someone in a social environment and they ask you what you do for a living, you can, with a serious tone, make up a silly job like a professional box ball player and then riff on why it's so stressful in a serious tone. Now, the point here is not to trick anyone. Eventually, you're going to drop that joke and give the real answer so that you can connect on a deeper level, but it should introduce a more relaxed and fun vibe to the conversation early on. Now,
Exactly.
before I get to the final mindset, I have to highlight just one of Chappelle's joke types, which is really hard to imitate well, and I'm going to be honest, I don't have a great tip for integrating it into your own life, but it's just worth highlighting. It's the comedic simile, and here Dave is using it as he talks about R. Kelly.
This guy makes more sex tapes than he does music. He's like the DJ Khaled of sex tapes. Another one. Like, damn,
This type of comedy is hard to imitate. To do it in real time, you need quick lateral thinking, and honestly, no single tip is going to take you there in the same way that repeated
Dude, you
practice can.
just
So if you want to
that's
get the
just
hang of
something
these
you
kinds
know.
of jokes,
Do you miss the Chappelle show? Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, but Chappelle show's like breaking up with a girl, and you still like her, but in your mind, like, that is crazy. I'm not going back.
You just have to put in the time and the practice. Sorry, I don't have a shortcut for this one. So let's touch on the mindset that pulls all of this together. The reason that most people aren't that funny is because they don't hold humor as a high priority in their interactions. Unconsciously, they think that people connect over things like logistics, so they share where they grew up, what they do for work, and how they spend their free time in a very literal fashion. Unconsciously, they think that people connect over things like logistics, so they share where they grew up, what...
She said the R word! Guys, did you see that?
Actions. Unconsciously, they think that people connect over
lips.
things like logistics, so they share where they grew up, what they do for work, and how they spend their free time in a very literal fashion. But the truth is, especially in a first impression, even more than the logistical truth of your life, people connect over shared laughter. So allowing yourself to be silly, not literal all the time, to answer some questions with a tongue-in-cheek response can go a long way, like that box ball joke that I mentioned earlier. And in Dave's stand-up, you can see how he prioritizes humor, especially in the jokes that relate to hot topic issues. He touches on those issues. In fact, he touches on just about all of them and shares how he's feeling. But rather than drive his point home with a perfectly sound argument, he instead puts the joke in the driver's seat, oftentimes ending by teasing himself and dropping any pressure on the audience to conform to his way of thinking. Here, for instance, Dave doubts the claims made in the documentary Finding Neverland that was about Michael Jackson's alleged abuse. But rather than make solid points about why he doubts it, he does this.
I am what's known on the streets as a victim blamer. Dave, Michael Jackson was molesting children. Well, what were those kids wearing at the time?
Oh my God.
I don't think he did it. But you know what? Even if he did do it, you know what I mean?
And as we saw earlier, just when you thought he was going to make a grand political point about the importance of voting in the next election, he takes it right back to the joke with that fake out.
Fuck, dude. Did you guys see that? The documentary?
Yeah, we got to be serious. Every able-bodied African American must register for a legal firearm.
The point is, if you want to be the funniest person in the room, it has to become more important than several things that many of us prize. More important than convincing someone of your worldview with every sentence. More important than coming across as perfect. After all, the best joke may be at your own expense. Now, I'm not saying that this is the only way to interact. After all, I've made plenty of videos about how to be persuasive if that's your primary goal.
Chat.
But if you want to be...
The point of this video is you need to always, constantly be funny or you're gonna die.
Emotional maturity creates strength and resilience in the face of life's obstacles, but pinning down
7 signs you are emotionally mature.
Emotional maturity looks like and how it's developed can be hard to do.
Not gonna
so in this video, we are going to cover 7 specific signs that you are emotionally mature, and if not, at least 7 things you can do to begin your work on that. First off, emotionally mature people do not demonize exes or the people in their life with whom they've had a falling out. Now, that's not to say that you should overlook the issues that drove you apart from those people in the first place. It means that you recognize that in most cases, both parties contribute to relationship dysfunction, even if it was just by staying in a toxic relationship. So if you find yourself talking about your crazy ex all the time, you might want to check yourself. Emotionally mature people are less interested in blaming
She
and
cheated on you,
and
check
far
yourself,
more interested in
bitch.
learning from their experiences. Which brings us to point 2. When there are recurring problems in their lives, emotionally mature people recognize that they are the common denominator and might be contributing to those bad experiences. So if you often find yourself in a particular type of negative relationship, maybe you're being cheated on by multiple partners, you recognize that while they are, of course, responsible for their broken promises, you may be contributing by filtering for and being attracted to that type of person in the first place. Now, this isn't a mindset from which the emotionally mature person beats themselves up, though. Instead, they use it to inspire themselves to reflect on the ways in which they can change and thereby change their results. The same concept is true of any recurring issue, whether it's falling out with close friends, difficulty
This
in
looks
selling
like the
product.
same animation of that Kurtzitskon video. The ones that talk about like planets and stars and bugs and
or
stuff.
people losing interest when you speak. If it's happening
the
in
same
multiple
animation.
situations, emotionally mature people consider how they might be contributing and make it their own responsibility to break those patterns. Now, this does need a caveat, which is our third point, and that's that emotionally mature people do not take full responsibility for other people's feelings.
Hello?
This is a common pitfall as people become more emotionally mature. So as not to be a victim, they assume responsibility for everything. And when someone, many times it's a romantic partner, is feeling upset or depressed or angry, the emotionally mature person, or the one who's trying to be, adopts full responsibility for those feelings and tries to problem solve on behalf of the other person. This may even be encouraged when the partner says, "You made me sad," or insecure, or whatever it is. In these situations,
The
it's important to
emotionally
assess
mature
fairly
person is someone who will take responsibility for other people's emotions? Do not.
people's feelings. This is a common pitfall as people become more emotionally mature. So as not to be a victim, they assume responsibility for everything. And when someone, many times it's a romantic partner, is feeling upset or depressed or angry,
This video is
the
too
emotionally
real.
mature person, or the one who's trying to be, adopts
Are you
full
realizing you're not emotionally mature or not?
responsibility for those feelings and tries to problem solve
Thanks for the
on
3.
behalf of the other person. This may even be encouraged when the partner says, "You
Okay,
made me..."
so like, if your partner, right, or your friend is sad, are you not going to be like, "Hey, I know you're sad, so I want to try and make you feel better," right? Like, that's not emotionally mature. What's the emotionally mature thing? To just like leave them to do their own shit? Oh, if they... Okay, hold on.
sad or insecure or whatever it is. In these situations, it's important to assess fairly what your own contribution was. If you were a total jerk, sure, take
if
responsibility
they
and
made you-
apologize.
oh,
But if someone is
if you
blaming
were
their
the
negative
reason.
experience on you in a way that you wouldn't tolerate from other friends, family, and loved ones, draw a boundary and don't let yourself get guilt-tripped and become someone else's emotional crutch. Now, the fourth sign of emotional maturity is that you get angry, sad, and anxious. And that might surprise you if you think that emotional maturity means not feeling negative emotions. In fact, you may believe that it's an asset to never get angry or to never cry. But anger, sadness, and anxiety are normal parts of a healthy life. What is damaging is to repress those emotions, either to look cool or to live up to some stoic ideal. When you do this, those emotions find ways out. Anxiety turns into perfectionism and compulsive planning. Anger shifts to passive aggressiveness, sarcasm, or just forgetting to text someone back. Sadness can become depression at how grim politics or the news are, never recognizing that those feelings are coming from within. So give yourself permission to feel your own negative emotions. It's by acknowledging and moving through them that you can release hidden destructive habits. Now, this takes us to the fifth point. The flip side of that coin is that emotionally healthy people don't need to dwell or wallow in their negative emotions. Yes, they allow themselves to experience them head on, without distractions, but the goal is understanding and self-compassion, not victimization or self-pity. So emotionally healthy people can sit with negative emotions,
but how do I
allow
do that
themselves
when
to
I hate
uncover their
myself so
roots
much?
beyond whatever might have triggered them in the first place, and then with care, they begin to problem solve. You can give yourself what you may need to move on. Sometimes it's a loving kick in the butt to get up and go exercise, and other times it's the space to relax and unwind. Now, when it comes to communicating challenging emotions, emotionally mature people are capable of speaking about their emotions without needing to get emotional. So they don't have to yell about how angry they are or break down crying when discussing something that has
How do we
upset them.
tell our? How do we
They can
hate ourselves
instead
in a healthy
honestly
way?
and calmly say, "Hey, when you did that, I felt really angry," or "It hurt my feelings when you." Conversations about emotions can become more productive because the emotionally healthy person can separate venting from problem solving. And our seventh point is that emotionally mature people can pause. They often move more slowly in high-pressure moments. In the face of aggression, they take
I
a
feel
deep
like I'm not emotionally mature in that retrospect, because I have a hard time confronting people, as like strangers, not so much, but my friends, I don't want to make them feel bad about doing something, even though they did something I didn't like, and I don't know how to talk about it. I think that's like a sign of like not emotional maturity. Like, I just, man, I don't know what to do, because I don't want to sound like you suck and this is bad. I just want to be like, hey man, I didn't really like that you called my dog fat the other day. Kind of hurt my feelings, you know what I mean? And my dog's not fat. Could you lay off, dude?
Then wait a few seconds before responding, allowing for better decision-making while still signaling confidence. When confronted with troubling information, they don't immediately assume the worst-case scenario, but instead consider more likely scenarios and possible approaches to mitigate any losses. The emotionally mature person recognizes that very few things in life require immediate responses, and a pause, even if it's just for one breath, can transform their life. Now, whether you're living all these signs or just a few, you can always keep growing. So if you want to quickly become even more emotionally mature, there are 4 questions that can break you into new levels of maturity and self-satisfaction. They've helped me with my own frustrations and
Give me the 4
anxieties.
questions.
You can learn the 4 questions and how to use them in loving what is.
Okay, nice plug. Nice book plug. Wait, why do I need a debate class? What's that gonna teach me? Okay, one more. One more. Geralt's on the phone.
Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher is a man of few words. But despite his quiet nature, he is an absolute beast, and we see that not just through his swordsmanship, but through Henry Cavill's commanding physical portrayal of Geralt. And that's why in this video we're going to be breaking down 4 body language tips that you can use to instantly make your body language come across as more confident. We'll be comparing and contrasting to what you might see in the animal kingdom, since the word beast didn't just crop up out of nowhere. So the first thing that you see from Geralt is that he has slow, languid movements. When he isn't in a fight, he's almost never in a rush.
Very scary looking swords. I know who you are.
This is true not only of Geralt's larger movements, but also as to how quickly he responds when he's spoken to.
Leave, Temeria. Never return.
Wait, there's a timer.
This even extends to how long Geralt blinks. The guy is a slow blinker compared to most. Now, this slower motion can be contrasted with the herky-jerky movements that you might imagine when you're feeling awkward, embarrassed, or otherwise nervous. And it has parallels in the animal kingdom into 2 styles which, broadly speaking, can be categorized as predator movements and prey movements. Predator movements are carefree, slow, and relaxed, much like Geralt. Prey movements are more rapid and jerky, and the difference comes from the different realities that they live in. Predators can afford to move more slowly because they don't need to be constantly fearful. So when you can move slowly and comfortably, it subcommunicates to other people that you do not feel scared or pressured, and in most circumstances that is going to be perceived as confidence. Now, we do need to consider that confidence can also show itself in expansive, explosive movements.
You did it! Yes!
So rather than being just slow or just explosive, deep confidence is about being able to move at a pace that is self-determined rather than environmentally determined. So identify the direction that you tend to go when you're feeling nervous. Is it hyperactively sped up, or is it locked down and more hesitant? If it's
biasing
the first, for instance, when you're talking
I'm trying to be like
Geralt
Geralt of Rivia. Okay, Mom? Chill.
Take a deep breath and open up your body language in that situation to give yourself a chance to slow down. If, on the other hand, you shrink and get more quiet in those circumstances, take a few quick breaths to energize yourself, maybe even stretching your arms to extend your comfort zone. Either way, the goal is to break out of a fearful pattern into one that feels more comfortably energized. In the same vein of predators and prey movements, you see that Geralt usually has people's eyes on him, while he is very comfortable turning his back on others, even those who are supposedly a threat to him. Now, when it comes to animals, turning your back on something is a sign that that thing is both unthreatening and, for the time being, unimportant. And it's why you might see lions grabbing a drink at a watering hole while zebra gather behind them, but never the reverse. If the lions aren't hungry, the zebra don't really matter to them, but the lion always matters to the zebra. Now, you might think that because of this, the confident, powerful move is going to be to turn your back on people. And it is true that in life, the person who ends a conversation and walks away is usually the one with more power in a given situation. But
Dude, who's that?
Doesn't mean that you want to
Geralt's here, but who's that?
using this as a technique, because what gets received by the other person
I don't remember her character from the show.
Like the zebra. And unfortunately, Geralt kind of lives like this.
would make the sun itself blush with a single comely smile and rivers of the sweetest of drinks from the rarest of...
So the most confident and social thing that you can do in modern society is to not be like Geralt in this case, and instead give people the opposite of a back turn. So when someone enters a room, you could turn your head and wave, but warmer is to stand up and greet them head on with a handshake. Similarly, if there's someone on the periphery of a conversation at a networking event, turning to bring them into the circle shows that you can both read these cues and are a leader enough to incorporate someone new. And this brings us to our third point. And I'll admit that this one isn't totally body language, but it's close. And it's that confident people and powerful animals can afford to handicap themselves from a survival perspective. So before we get back to Geralt, ask yourself, why does the peacock have its feathers? They provide no obvious benefit to the peacock's survival and can even turn out to be a hindrance when escaping predators. Well, one theory is the handicap principle. The peacock's feathers are attractive to other females because they hurt the male peacock's survival chances, which means that only a strong peacock can support such a waste from a survival perspective. Not optimizing for its own survival signals just how fit that peacock really is. Consider then this moment from Geralt, who tells the truth despite it harming his own reputation.
There was no slaying. I had my ass kicked by a ragged band of elves. I was about to have my throat cut when Filavandrel let me go.
And paradoxically, but totally in line with the handicap principle, in this case it is received as a confident move.
Any man willing to paint himself in the shadow of his failures will make for far more interesting conversation this night. Come, Witcher. Take a seat by my side while I change.
Dude, I don't really like her. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't like her actress. The entire time in the show, I was just kind of like waiting for her to be off screen. I didn't really like what she like. I didn't ask. Didn't really like her. Yeah, I'm sorry. Not her character, just her as a person, dude. Her acting was not something I appreciated.
The reason is the same for the peacock's feathers, and it holds true in modern society. When someone tells a truth that hurts their own reputation, we assume that they must be strong enough not to need people to like them. We see them as having supreme confidence.
You know what I mean?
Geralt continues this habit, speaking plainly to royalty on multiple occasions.
Fair enough.
Hey, I can't help you.
So perilously direct. As queen, I could command it.
If I were one of your subjects.
Storm, you suck. No one cares you don't like. Sacred, does it like feel good to just be that hurtful, dude? What the fuck?
If I hear Ciri's in danger, you know I can't do that.
Now, true to the handicap principle, although it signals deep confidence, telling the truth doesn't always put Geralt at an advantage. In fact, it gets him thrown into jail at one point. But when we see him do this as an audience, we understand how confident he must be in his own abilities to hold honesty above political advantage. And you can do the same thing in your own life just by being more honest, even and especially in those places where you think it might set you back socially. Lie. For example, if you have a nerdy hobby that you think other people might judge, you're often better off speaking about it with enthusiasm rather than downplaying it. Take Henry Cavill here talking about his gaming and notice how it makes you feel about him.
Were you guys surprised to find out that he was a gamer?
No. Not really. No. No, I wear my geek on my sleeve these days. Yeah.
I guess it's probably...
In sum, being less socially calculated and instead more honest in your self-expression, whether it's about a geeky hobby or an embarrassing story, ultimately winds up making you come across as more confident and likable,
dude. Thanks for gifting us up to Winston.
So worried about people's responses. Now, the last point is that Geralt is extremely non-reactive. He doesn't easily adopt other people's emotional tone. For instance,
I pay for more chair streams, less Storm.
Yennefer chastises him here.
You let the djinn escape. Who knows what havoc it'll wreak now that it has no vessel at all?
No more havoc than you. And djinns are only dark creatures when they're held captive.
How can you be so sure?
And he maintains his line of questioning when he's being screamed at by Ostrit.
What are we doing here? What's happening?
How can I lift the curse?
Carry me out, I order you.
Tell me how to lift the curse.
You can contrast Geralt's relative calm with how Ostrit handles
Seriously,
Geralt's
why are we
questioning
watching
of
an
him.
analysis of a
He breaks
character?
within seconds, betraying
Because I
his own
want
lack
to?
of confidence in what he's saying.
What would I be doing in a dead girl's bed? I smelled what doing?
Fortest had no right!
This all highlights one of the key indicators and creators of confidence, the ability to have a sturdy emotional center. The world will, of course, throw stresses, irritants, frustrations of all kinds at you. And when we see someone immediately succumb to a negative emotional state of another person, we see that they lack that grounded center. But when we notice that people are resilient and that their calmness
Do you
is
think,
not
like, you can't learn anything from a character in a video game or a movie or a show because it's like scripted and it's they like wrote this character and like these people just don't exist? Dude, I basically base my entire life and my entire personality off of the people I see in movies, shows, and books and games that I cherish. I try and reenact their way of thinking and living and acting. Because I feel like I like that person and I like who they are, so I want to be that way. How'd that work out for you? Well, I didn't end up like my parents, so I think it worked out pretty well. This whole channel and you're watching is pointing out obvious body language and mannerisms. Well, Saker, it might not be obvious to a lot of people. It might be obvious to you, but it might not be obvious to some. And that's who these videos are targeting. They're not targeting the people who already know how to do all this shit. It's targeting the people who don't know and want to learn. Know what I mean? Hey, your name's Miranda. Nice to meet you. Storm. My friends are my power!
Easily pierced, we view them as more confident and capable. Their low reactivity signifies that whatever is coming at them is a problem that they can handle. Now, this principle plays out dramatically in the
pretty
animal
much
kingdom,
become who I am
where
by
a
mimicking
strong
shonen
emotional
pro
mastery can
tags.
trump physical strength in dominance battles.
Dude, I'm pretty sure all of Japan is mimicked like shonen pro tags, and that's why they're not having sex. Their birth rate is like dropping considerably because they're just like literally fucking their anime waifus in their minds instead of actually going out and having sex. Rewind this and watch the gorilla bit.
But when we notice that people are resilient and that their calmness is not easily pierced, we view them as more confident and capable. Their low reactivity signifies that whatever is coming at them is a problem that they can handle. Now, this principle plays out dramatically in the animal kingdom, where a strong emotional mastery can trump physical strength in dominance battles.
And I think, and I'm sure, if I would have even flinched once and would have dropped the camera, or would have run or turned around, Adrian would have said, well, this is obviously not the right man to make this film.
You see it again here as these calm tribesmen steal a kill off of a lion, all through a solid, non-reactive front in the face of danger. Now, of course, there will be things that create emotional shifts, and part of being confident in a modern social world is the ability to express your emotions with honesty and vulnerability. This point is just to say that you want to cultivate a more firmly grounded internal calm so that you aren't always in constant reaction to the world. And we discussed tips for this in our video on Don Draper.
The alien just, or the alien, the lion.
But what I want to add here in this video is the importance of recognizing your irritants, frustrations, emotional
this gorilla thing
not that strong emotional mastery can trump physical strength in dominance battles.
And I think, and I'm sure, if I would have even flinched once and would have dropped the camera,
was this in like a documentary or something?
Adrian would have said, well, this is obviously not the right man to make this film.
That's fucking insane.
This video is the importance of recognizing your specific triggers.
Yeah, Saker, you
Some
okay?
events and people are
See,
going
you seem
to set
a little
you
bit,
off pretty easily
you seem a little
compared to
bit
other things.
more
So, literally, make a
aggressive
list. It
than
might include
usual.
family, a person
Everything
that you
all
might
right?
like to impress, or being involved in competition. In Geralt's case, he might recognize if he did this exercise that Yennefer sets him off quite easily.
Every time I'm near you, I say more in 5 minutes than I've said in weeks. And I always regret it.
Writing your own triggers out can jog your memory in these moments where your cool is about to break and help you snap out of it in real time. Geralt,
He's not
of course,
being
doesn't do
emotionally
this, and then he
mature.
behaves in a way that he
True.
almost will definitely regret. And it's safe to say that if he were always like this, he wouldn't have as many fans in this world or his own.
What a day. I imagine you'll probably...
Damn it, Yaskier! Why is it whenever I find myself in a pile of shit these days, it's you shoveling it?
That's not fair.
The child surprise, the gin, all of it.
If you're someone who lacks confidence, these tips will definitely help you to appear more confident and make a stronger impression on the people that you meet. That said, ultimately what you'll want to strive for is unshakable inner confidence. When you make deep confidence your natural state of being, all these body language tips will happen more naturally. Now, having genuine confidence makes everything else we talk about on this
Holy
channel
shit,
easier.
this video is long. Yeah, Geralt's confident, dude. I wonder if anyone actually applies these sorts of things to everyday life, or if they just watch it and they're like, that was fun. I'm glad these videos exist. Me too, dude. Hi, Brady. What's up, dude? Me too. You know, like I'm glad that even though there is some sort of outlet, and even there's some sort of like assurance, confirmation that I am doing something wrong or doing something right. You know what I mean? How you doing, Brady? I haven't seen you in a while, my dude. How's quarantine? Tower Unite finished downloading. Peace, y'all. See y'all for the hype 22-hour stream.
Books, movies and games are like condensed experiences, memories, ideas and lessons. The interactions in those can give so many valuable lessons.
True. The hype 22-hour stream tomorrow where she doesn't play Resident Evil 3. Why would I not play Resident Evil 3? I don't understand. I have the game. It's installed. 22? Why 22 hours? Oh my god, Saker doesn't have faith. Later, Saker. I hope you feel better. What are you playing tomorrow? You guys are so funny. Books, movies, and games are condensed experiences, memories, ideas, and lessons. Interactions give so many valuable lessons. I feel like my character creator has been built over the course of many years of all the experiences I've been through, not just socially and a physical experience, but mentally and emotional experience of the movies I've watched and the games I've played and the stories I've read about and just the characters I've associated with in my head that I connect with. You know what I mean? Like, I've gained stats over the years. Whether that's like my charisma is going up and down over time, or my attention to details going up or down over time, my consideration, my happiness, my sadness, my fucking agility. All of my stats go up and down all the time. Because it's not like in a video game, right? Where you gain points over time and you just keep getting better and better and better. You never lose a stat in a video game. You know what I mean? Like, when you put 7 points into charisma, you're not gonna lose those points. You're either going to gain more or stay that way for the rest of the game, whether you choose to put more into that respective slot or not. But every single day, you do gain and lose stat points. You have you are the ability to gain 10 charisma points today and lose 7 of them tomorrow. You know what I mean? Just judging based off of like what you do every day. Resident Evil 3 is rated M for mature. I need to ask my girlfriend if it's okay that I watch you play it. I should probably get permission from Dom and Oath too. Okay, dude. Yeah, just send me the permission slip. I'll sign it. Everything will be fine. I don't know why, but I want us to watch Trope Talks on stream, or at least something from Overly Sarcastic Productions. I've never heard of that. Oh, you just posted a video about it. Being confident enough to not take significant ego damage is the best perk. Best IRL perk. That's interesting, right? Because I feel like I take a bunch of hits to my confidence and ego every single time I'm on stream and even off stream. And as you guys probably know, I am not the most confident person. I'm very much insecure and not very confident in myself. But I still try not to let it affect me on stream. At least I hope it comes across that I'm not very affected, or I try and like bounce back and like banter with the people who are just like attacking me like that, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I can understand that that's just banter and everybody's trolling and it's fine, no one's actually trying to hurt me. But okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, boomer. Fuck it. High unorthodox. But sometimes I don't. Sometimes it can be taken a little too far, and sometimes I want to just be like, stop. Because it's not funny anymore. You know what I mean? It's not, I don't find it entertaining. I don't feel like you're saying this out of comedic effect. I feel like you're just genuinely either upset in your life or upset at me for something. You know what I mean? Like I did something wrong. Storm, when you are successful and actually confident, you can look back on these VODs and cringe. Wait, why? See, right now, I don't know if I like who I am right now. I don't think I'm cringy. But a year or two from now, will I think that I am? I mean, whenever I watch a VOD of mine or I listen to my voice, I cringe. That's just because of like my self-confidence and what I think of myself. But I don't think I'm innately cringy. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm just like innately cringy. Like I'm not picking belly button lint out of my fucking asshole and eating it on stream. I feel like that's kind of weird. I think it's something to be able to take a hit to your ego and stride, but you shouldn't surround yourself with people where that all they know how to do is attack you. There's a line to be drawn somewhere. True. True, what? Absolutely truer. I think you're pretty cool. Man, I think you're pretty cool. When you're diamond, your gold plays look cringy in hindsight. True. But that's just like a part of learning. How many years is it gonna take for me to learn? You know what I mean? How many years is it gonna take to get to a place where I am okay with myself and I don't think I'm cringy anymore? And I'm not gonna look back 2 years from now and be like, I don't know who this person is. What about in 2 years I look back and I'm like, yeah, I'm the same person and I like who that was. When's that gonna happen? You know what I mean? When can I reach that? When can I reach that? Storm, I'm gonna be positive, Andy, only from now on to help you on this journey. Yeah, right, dude. Dom, you can uncross your fingers now, okay?
I think it's human nature to look back on ourselves and cringe. People are growing and changing every day, we keep moving forward, all the time. The important thing is we remember all the people that we used to be.
I don't remember all the people I used to be. I don't remember who I was when I was 13. I don't remember who I was when I was 17. I have very vague recollections of memories from that time, but could I tell you my thought process? No. I have no idea what I was thinking when I was 16. I don't remember shit. I think what's important is I had a lot of documented conversations with people, like over Skype and Discord when I was younger, and I think reading that back will really give me an idea of what my mind was like, of the conversation I had with people. That's something I have. I have documented conversations over the course of many years. Because all I did was talk through Skype. I never really talked in person. That's text. You might put a different spin on it when you're in different hindsight, like in real life. That makes sense. Skip song. Sorry, Nanner. It's been redeemed. What is this Psychoanalysis stream when? When, dude? When are we gonna do that? Right now? I look back on who I was 5 years ago and I don't cringe, but I don't look who I was, but I like who I was just a year ago. That's nice. Stream. Oh, whoops. Sorry, Dom. Eater. Thanks for the
Watch
stream.
this.
Watch this. Matt Smith, Regeneration, Speech of Change. This is Doctor Who? Just pausing that really quick. I've never seen Doctor Who.
Hello.
You're young again. You're okay. You didn't even change your face.
Started.
Hi,
I can't
Ninja.
stop it now. This is just the reset. Whole new regeneration cycle. Ooh. Taking a bit longer. Just breaking it in. Oh. Oh. God. It all just disappears, doesn't it? Everything you are gone in a moment, like breath on a mirror. Any moment now, he's a-coming.
Who's coming?
The Doctor.
You are the Doctor.
Yep. And I always will be. But times change, and so must I. Amelia.
What the fuck's going on?
Who's Amelia?
The first face this face saw. We all change. When you think about it, we're all different people, all through our lives. And that's okay, that's good. You've got to keep moving so long as you remember all the people that you used to be. I will not forget one line of this. Not one day. I swear. I will always remember when the Doctor was me.
Is this when they transition to a girl doctor?
Raggedy Man. Good night.
I feel like this is supposed to be super climactic and important, but I have no clue what's happening. Same.
No, no. Please don't change.
What the fuck just happened? What? I don't know what's going on. Okay, smile. This must be so confusing for someone who doesn't watch the show. True. I've never seen the show in my life. Isn't that the guy they used for Phineas in Outer Worlds? I have no idea. Can we watch my Trope Talks video? Depends. Is it a good video? It's 19 minutes. My dog. That's a really long time. Cutest stream on Twitch, Heart. Oh, thanks, Demoskins. No, you. Well, I actually, no joke, probably won't have time to watch it. I can watch it tomorrow, if that's okay. Because I have to go to the store to get stuff for the 24-hour stream tomorrow before store closes, which it closes at 8. You guys seen the movie Yes Man? That scene in the barn was cute. Yes Man, no. I've never seen that movie. So even if you haven't heard, guys, 24-hour stream tomorrow. Whoa. Look, it says Friday, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Early. Pog. And I will be there. That's where I'm gonna be. There tomorrow. Pog Champion. 24 hours. Can't make it. I have school tomorrow. You should be able to add an hour for a dono. Okay. But like, can we make it like a secret dono? Isn't tomorrow Good Friday? Is it? There's no fucking school, what? Pog times 100. Oath your mod, make it happen. You think Oath has any actual real power? Did you lose a game of poker to your mom and dad because your parents, they got you? Bust. Did you lose a game of poker to your mom and dad because your parents, they got you bust? Oh, your parents made you busty. Oh, dude, my big titties. Good one. Thanks, dude. Big old bazookas. Golden bazooks. Hell yeah. If you bust, you lose in poker. Oh, true. i3 processor brain. So I have actually no schedule of when I'm gonna start anything tomorrow. I just have like a list of things I want to do, and I will do them in the order that I want to do them. I'm not gonna start anything at a certain time. I actually know I want to play Doom late, like around the 18-hour mark, just because I think it'll keep me awake, and that's like really my struggle time. Like from the 18-hour to like the 22-hour is like a really big struggle. Like that's when I want to give up, and I feel like playing Doom will help me out. Cringe subscriber interviews. Also, Dom, will you be available tomorrow to do that thing that we talked about? Hi, Notorious. There's a super hard period, and then it suddenly gets easier near the end. Yeah, I might even go longer than 24 hours, just depending on how I feel, because I do have a lot of games. And I wonder how long I'm going to play Final Fantasy for? Because Final Fantasy, on normal, is about a 35-hour game, and I'm definitely playing on hard, so. 24-hour stream tomorrow! I'm telling you that 18-hour mark is rough. It is. I exactly know what you're talking about. Every single time I've done a 24-hour stream, I'm like, oh my god, kill me, I don't want to be here. Why does this song sound like it's playing twice? Ah yeah yeah. Ah yeah yeah, clap. I'ma head out. I still got world building to do. Me too. Me too, dude. Me too. Slim Shady is about spreading keck. Enjoy your time in quarantine. Oh, Pog, dude, thanks. You don't mean when we talked about kidnapping Nanner? No, that game, Dom, that we have, that game that we were gonna play. BBT. Once you're past that tired phase, you can do another 24-hour. Exactly. Song? It's just do song. Dude, change that song question mark to exclamation point song, and it'll tell you what the song is. There you go. Wait, okay. Hold. Kidnapping me? Pause, champ. Okay, I actually have to go to the store. Alright, boys, I'll see you guys tomorrow for that 24-hour stream. Get psyched, get hyped. Hope to see you guys there for the entire amount of time. Please help me. I need help. Tomorrow's gonna be fucking hard. You know what? Here, let's just play it again. Here you go. This is me signing off. I'll see you guys on the next one. See you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. bright and early, boys. Check you later.